Hello. I'm gonna introduce the topic. Why LGBT people should be allowed in the army? Well, first of all, it's a real problem because the soldiers that are gay and they don't tell the commanders, they suffer a lot of harassment and no one does anything about it. They often end up in suicide and pills, homelessness, and no health care because they're afraid the doctors will take away their records.
Just to clarify, LGBT means lesbians, gays, bisexuals, and transsexuals.
And women.
We're also going to be mentioning why women should or shouldn't be in the army, because it's an issue of, well, it depends on religion and culture. However, we will be focusing on the United States military, because, well, it's considered one of the biggest and most important in the world, so we thought it'd be good to focus on that one.
The United States Army began to take women in their army since 1994, and since then many women have gone to the army and to war.
Actually, in my investigation, I realized that in some Western countries, women started serving in the military in as early as the 1970s. And up until this year, no women had ever been allowed to attend Ranger School, which is a grade in the Army. It is one of the toughest military programs in the world, and this year 5 women were accepted into it after 2 weeks of training and rigorous examinations. So we can see that it's not that women can't be in the army because of their physical capabilities, but because of the discrimination and the gender roles that we see in our society.
Well, sir, taking your opinion, scientists have made some research and they have found that when women and men are in front of a difficult situation and they present the fight or flight options, men take the fight option because they need to accomplish the mission they have been settled, and the women normally take the flight position, which makes the mission fail, and this may affect in a war or in a mission.
We're not saying that women run away or are cowards, we're saying they try and find the most peaceful way to resolve things.
Yeah, but
They're at war, bro.
I'm sure that the same way that most women could run away, some men do that too, and some women stay there and fight.
Well, of course, we're not saying that all women run away and all men fight. Yeah. There's exceptions to all of these points. We're just saying, based on scientific evidence, through the fight or flight reflex, most men seem to show the fight way within it, like they react more aggressively than women do.
Well, now that we're talking about men, let's talk about gay people in the army.
I don't know. We should finish stuff.
We're going to discuss women.
Do you have any other points to add on?
Well, yeah, I mean,
Either.
Women? Well, about women, we know that during the world wars and all the other situations that have been processed, when the men go to fight and women stay in their country, it's better because they take care of the child and of the economy of the country, and if they also go to the battlefield, we will lose many people in the country, and this will lead to many difficult situations.
through history,
No, I'm just saying that when women stayed in the country, they took up men's job, but then when they came back, the women went back to staying at the house and fitting back into traditional gender roles. And in our modern society, I don't think it should be like that. Men and women should be equal. They have the same capabilities. Yeah, maybe men are a little bit stronger, whatever, but they can both do the same things. They can both go to the military. They can both
Stay at home.
well, then why are there more minor men? By minor, I mean with the work in mines, or firefighters are more men than female.
Well, because society has shaped it that way.
Exactly, but if we're living in a society where there are more men risking their lives to get diamonds out of mines or to get natural energy sources out of the ground and they're dying for it, well, why can't women do that too?
Well,
We only
they
fight in the
change that.
military because
They
of
can't
patriotism.
exactly because of the gender roles. They won't allow
That's what
women
we're
to do that.
changing. We're
They do allow them. There are
Yeah, yeah.
many, there are a few women that are actually in those jobs.
Yeah.
But the only reason why women want to be in the military more than in those other jobs is because of patriotism. They don't want to risk their lives for other people, they want to risk their lives for their country.
Yeah.
So,
So Carlos, let somebody else talk.
Yeah, well, what's the problem with that? I mean, like, yeah, we're going for that too.
We want
We're
women-
rooting for women to have those opportunities so they can work in the mines, work in the firefighters. It doesn't matter where they want to work, we just want to give them the opportunity to go and do whatever they want, whether it's for patriotism, for like mines, for whatever. We want to give them that opportunity, so I mean, I don't see the problem there in your statement.
no, the point that I was trying to make is women can help without leaving their gender roles. Now, I'm not saying they should, I'm not saying that women have to stay within their gender roles, but some women choose to because they want to risk their lives for certain reasons. Some want to go to the military, some don't. My point is,
Just as some
The
men
same as
want
men.
to.
yeah, my point is, when, in World War II, when all the men left to go fight in Europe, the women stayed and helped. If those women had been in the front lines, we don't know if they would have actually won the war. I'm not saying that women shouldn't help, I'm saying it's a lot easier for them to help within their own country.
Okay, moving on.
Okay. So now we're going to talk about the other side of this debate.
The LGBT.
Homosexual.
Well, as we can learn from history, there have been several cultures where gay people fight, just as in ancient Greece or in Rome, where the soldiers that were gay, the country incentivized gay people to fight because they thought they had more of a brothership and more love between each other comrades, so they respected their lives more and gave more for the battalion instead of just thinking about themselves and how they're gonna live. And some of the best fighters are gay actually, like in the samurais. There was this order that promoted young and old people to have this kind of gay love because it made them stronger and bond, so the oldest could teach better to the younger ones when they went to fight.
But now taking that point, if all gays make very strong relationships between them and with the other men, for example, we take a gay couple that is in the army and suddenly they break before going to a mission, and then in the mission, because of the feelings they are having right in that moment, they decide to take a wrong decision and they make the mission fail. That will
Yeah, that's a good point, but it's the same with friendship.
It's the same with.
Or
yeah.
with
Yeah, I was
women
gonna
in
say,
the army.
Women. What's the difference
Or
between
women with
two
men.
gay men breaking up and doing the wrong decisions and you
Women-
feeling that you're
women
one
are-
of the
Women aren't actually within this, well, nowadays some are within the same
Yeah.
platoon, but generally they're in different platoons.
No, actually,
And
the
we are
same
saying
platoons.
that we don't want women in the army.
Well, we're saying we want.
Exactly, but you asked us
We're
what,
considering that
No,
women
we're
are.
ta-
we're talking about
you asked us why we think it's a difference between women being in the army and breaking up, and homosexuals being in the army and breaking up. We're saying there's not. We don't want neither of them in the army.
Well, studies show that gay men are better in the army.
I mean,
But
Which study, sorry?
Well, as we consulted from the page called wikipedia.com.
I mean, homosexual people were allowed to serve openly in the military up until like the don't ask, don't tell policy, which was placed by the Clinton administration that stated, well, it was just basically a policy, so people didn't know who was gay, who was lesbian, whatever.
You could keep it secret.
That was up until 2011 when the Congress was like, nope, we're not taking this policy. So, I mean, with that said, like today, it's openly, there's no repercussions for gay people or lesbians to be working in the military.
I mean, I mean, if Don't Ask, Don't Tell was removed by Congress, don't you think there was a specific reason for that?
Yeah,
so
because they grew out of their like stereotypes. They were like they finally embraced gay people in the military.
But also there are many soldiers in the army that are not comfortable about having gay people between them. Why? Because, for example, when all the showers in the army are,
yeah, but why can't they be separated? I mean,
yeah, but for example, would you be comfortable I don't know, taking a shower in front of a woman you don't know,
Yes.
and a woman in front of a man? It's the same. You don't feel like
I wouldn't know for-
exactly. There are different showers for women. There are different showers for men. If they don't feel comfortable, why can't there be another shower? I mean, it's, if they want to serve their country, they can.
But
They
they
don't need
should.
to be limited by
Stereotype.
people
Yeah.
that feel, oh no, you're gay, I don't want to be close to you. That
Are we
that
s-
isn't a reason
We're
to
not
stop
s-
them from serving their country.
We're not saying that we're against the gay people,
Well,
and
you
we
just
believe, and we believe that
You just said
we're
you
not,
don't want them at the
we don't want
military.
them in the army, we're not against their rights, we
But
don't
why not?
believe that they, well, we don't believe,
Because
they don't
they
make
break
us
up.
uncomfortable. But there are some people that are still not okay with the idea of a man loving another man. There are still some people that are stubborn, that have been educated to believe that that is wrong.
Well, there's
Yeah.
people
Now,
that
the
think
same
that black
way we-
people
the same way
should
we have
be
to
in the army
tolerate-
also.
The same way we have to tolerate that a man can love another man, we have to tolerate that there are people who can't understand that love for another man.
But
Now,
should
in the
we-
army, if you are in a shower naked and you're not comfortable with a man loving another man, and you know that there's a homosexual next to you, he's not educated to know that the homosexual's not gonna do anything. He believes that it's possible for the homosexual to rape him.
Yeah, but are we gonna take away the right for these people to be serving in the military just because a handful of people weren't educated enough to understand that homosexuality is okay in this country?
yeah, but they can serve in other ways for their country. They don't have always to go to the army.
Well, it's their right.
But they want to.
They want to.
They have complete freedom and
And they
right
don't
to
have
serve
any
their
physical
country.
Well,
disability.
If I was gay, I would have the same right as you to go and serve the country.
well, you
You're
say
a
that they
human
should have the
just
right
like
to
everyone
fight,
else.
you say they should have the right to fight for the country, but they don't even have to have a right to get married.
Yeah, but we're fighting for that in today's society. We're fighting for that.
We're fighting for the change.
Yeah, well,
We're
I
fighting
think
for change because like we're in a society that's kind of ignorant right now. That's like doesn't accept what they don't understand. Homosexuality, some people may not understand it. That's why it's not pushing forward because there's a lot of people like in Texas or some states that don't agree with that. But at the end of the day, it's every person's decision. If you're gay, I should be okay with that. That's your business.
of course, but like you
Okay,
said,
guys, so, can we please get our conclusions?
That was possible.
Well, we can see that it's been a very difficult situation, this of having homosexuals and women in the army, but nowadays there, as Pablo said, there's been a change, and we hope this will continue and see where this ends. Maybe one day we will have equal homosexuals, women and men in the army, and not only a certain number of each one.
Yeah, well, we only want to state that just because of your sexual orientation, you shouldn't be stopped from doing what you want. And that's what's going on in our society right now. And for women, it's the same. Just because of traditional gender roles, they shouldn't be stopped from doing whatever they want, serving their country in the military. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay,